have 10 minutes? Essie Spice can give you a dish and drink in less than that. Essie Spice is a small batch, woman-owned brand building bold West African traditions with global flavor. It was founded by Essie as a Ghanaian child learning about everything in the kitchen who wanted to bring the authentic taste of her roots to the world. Using her TamarindOH sauce, I'll be starting off with dinner. I got the rice going first. I added butter and oil to a hot pan, lightly seared the rice. I added water along with a sprinkle of chicken bouillon for flavors, then put a lid on with a medium temperature. While the rice cooked, I moved on to broccoli, adding a splash of water to a separate pan and tossing in broccoli to steam. I put a lid on top for it to cook evenly. Now, back to the rice. I checked it to see if it was fully cooked. It was a little fluffy but needed more time to cook, so I stirred it a little, then put the lid back on top. Now it's time to season the broccoli with a little bit of garlic powder and salt. I lowered the heat and put the lid back on. I moved the rice off the heat once it was fluffy and done. Then I sautéed sliced green bell peppers and onions in the same pan until they softened and caramelized slightly. You have to make sure you don't turn the heat up too high. Once those are done, I removed them and brought out the main event, the marinated steak with TamarindOH. I already soaked the steak in the TamarindOH sauce, so it was ready to sizzle. I added a little butter to the pan and then seared the steak until it was golden brown. While the steak cooks, I check the broccoli to be sure it's done, then I remove the broccoli off of the stove. Now it's time to flip the steaks. They're seared so nicely. I decided to add another drizzle of TamarindOH sauce to let it glaze beautifully while it finished cooking. You see that beautiful searing along with that delicious sauce? Yummy! Once the steaks were done, I beautifully plated the rice and the broccoli, and I put the steak on the side with a drizzle of the caramelized TamarindOH sauce. Then I topped it off with the bell peppers and onions. Let me tell you guys, this was so awesome. Let's go ahead and pair this with a drink. Let's call it the TamarindOhTini. It's a non-alcoholic refreshing drink and it's just as bold as the meal. I rimmed the martini glass with TamarindOH sauce, dipped the rim in sugar, and then filled the glass with ice. So this is where your mixology skills come in. You pour in a little bit of club soda, then you put in some squeezed lime juice, then you put in some sweet pineapple juice, all to your tasting, a splash of ginger juice, and then you add some freshly cut pineapples, and to garnish, a slice of lemon. Now this was a beauty. This guava tasting TamarindOhTini makes the meal complete. Oh my God. If you guys want to grab yourself a jar of TamarindOH and or shop for the full collection of sauces and seasonings, check out essiespice.com.